Rock, stone cave, the jungle, or the holy stream are the typical images in the life of Aram people, a mysterious clan living in the mountainous region in central Vietnam. Their unfamiliarity with civilization urged me as an adventurer to leave the bustling urban areas of Hanoi and go on a brand new journey. Before departure, I sought to meet with Professor Chan Chi Zoy, a linguist who spent time with the Aram people in their first years out of the cave.
Chúng tôi là đi nghiên cứu về ngôn ngữ, nhưng mà khi tiếp cận với người Aram thì có rất nhiều những cái điều thú vị. Ở người Aram ấy, lưu lại văn hóa thời tiền sử của người Việt, ví dụ như là tục lấy ong, tục chia phần đi săn, rồi là cái kinh nghiệm đi rừng của họ, thì chính cái đó nó kích thích người ta quan tâm đến.
According to Professor Zoe, apart from their own language, Aram people can now speak standard Vietnamese, so it would not be so hard to communicate with them. I will try to break the ice, and with experience shared by an honorable linguist, I hope that it will be a wonderful adventure. Tan Chak Commune in Bo Chak District, Quang Binh Province is a mountainous area near the border with Laos. Aram people have been living here since 1992, after several times attempting to roll back to life in the caves.
Chúng tôi đi vào gặp họ là năm 1981. Hình thức đi là có hai cái cách. Một là đi bằng xe UAT và thứ hai là đi bộ. Không có đường mà phải tự phát đường ấy đi.
Reaching their village is not as hard as described in the photo that Professor Zoe showed me. Jungle trails were replaced by concrete roads, and one can go to the village by motorbike with ease.
Trên ban Aram con xa con?
Aram con khoảng 10 km nữa.
Cảm ơn anh. We're now deep inside the Chuang Son mountain range. We're here at the village of the Aram people. We're here to explore some of their culture, way of life, and their traditions. This is Welcome to Vietnam Discovery, and I'm your host, Evan O'Donohoe.
The life of the Aram people has seen many changes, and they are starting to blend in with civilization. They have adapted to living in houses instead of caves. They also began to cook their food and eat rice instead of leaves like before. However, the villagers still preserve the habits passed down from their ancestors.
Hello. Chị ơi, cái gì?
Thuốc đặc sản có rem được. Uống đi. Hút được không?
Vâng. Muốn Kim Chen. Lâm thế nào? She's taken some of the dry leaves and now she's crunching one up and rolling it inside the other one. Good cigar. It smells pretty good. I want to try it, see how it tastes. Ngon. Ngon quá.
Không phải chỉ đơn thuần là hút thuốc, mà chính đó là một cái cách để xua đuổi cái côn trùng sống ở trong rừng. Thì họ không hút thuốc, thì họ không chống chọi được với môi trường.
I've only been here a short time, but we're already experiencing a lot of culture. We tried the hand-rolled cigarettes, and now we're trying the slingshot.
Kiểu nhẹ nhàng.
Leave it to the professionals now. Now he's determined to hit the target. Oh. close.
Đều. Đều.
Yeah.
Họ sống lâu ở trong rừng, cho nên họ có những cái phong tục tập quán mà chỉ có những người không tiếp xúc rộng rãi với xã hội họ mới lưu giữ lại. Đi bắt ong là một cái đặc điểm mà nhờ đó họ có thể sống được, bởi vì nguồn mật ong nó cung cấp cho họ cái sản phẩm để đổi đối với xã hội bên ngoài.
In the jungle, there used to be beehives on very tall trees, up to dozens of meters in height. People say only Aram people can collect honey from those hives. We went to look for honey with Hua, the local man, and his young assistants.
Mr. Hua stopped me and pointed out we have our first sign of bees. We saw one bee on the algae down by the river. So it must be that we're getting close to the actual hive, which up this hill, we should have ourselves some honey.
In order to reach the mountain foot, honey collectors have to cross streams flowing between slippery stones. Big bushes and hidden threats are also a hindrance to inexperienced walkers. The Aram people climbed huge and high ancient trees, only with ladders made from fresh rattan branches, and such skills have been preserved till today.
We've made it partway up the hill now, and we've stopped to cut some vines to make a ladder to get up to the beehive. If you can see, it's a very thin tree, and they're still pulling on the vines. So trees, there's a lot of movement. It looks really dangerous. So if you can see, so he's using his leg as a measure. So he steps on the one point, and then you see that it comes right up to about the knee on each side. So each side is roughly the same length, and that's where you've got this twist in the vine. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to use this to get up to the beehive.
Em hỏi một chuyến đi tìm được bao nhiêu thỏ ong?
Một chuyến đi tìm được, có khi tìm được, có khi không, có khi gặp 2, 3, 4, 5 tổ ong nữa. Mình phải đánh dấu vào cây tổ ong đó,
Vâng.
rồi mình lấy. Anh mà ong đốt bị đau lắm.
Có muốn cùng thích ong?
Vì ong đốt em là em quen rồi nên không đau.
Oh, it's really difficult going. Obviously, they're having a much easier time than I am. I'm very far out of my comfort zone at this point. But I'm glad that I was able to keep up, or at least follow them, and see how they survive in the forest and how they collect what they need. Let's go and finish the job. So, as you can see, as Hua gets further up the tree, we can't hand vines to him from the ground anymore. So Van, his son, is climbing the pre-made runs with a vine to hand to Hua to make the new run. It's really interesting to see the cooperation. They barely need to communicate. They already know what they should do and when they should do it. Anh ơi, đây là cái gì?
Cái đuốc đây là khối đất ông.
It's quite hefty. Inside there's dry sticks wrapped in leaves to create more smoke to get the bees out. But sadly we've been informed that because it's the summer months, the dry season, the risk of fire is very high at this time. So we've been banned from using our torch. It's really disappointing after hiking all this way up, doing all this work, but at the end of the day we're not going to get our reward.
Water shortage is also a problem faced by the Aram people, especially when they live in one of the hottest areas in the central area of Vietnam, where power is still unavailable.
Ở cái khu vực mà bây giờ họ đang sống ấy, thì phải nói rằng là về mùa hè là chưa nơi nào nóng bằng.
Photos that Professor Zoe showed me indicate that 20 years ago, Aram people used to dig houses similar to underground caves to hide from excessive sunlight. Such structures don't exist anymore, but some Aram villagers still go to stay in the caves when the sun is blazing.
We're making our way to the Aram people's ancestral home in the caves deep in the jungles. Even though they have the commune, some people still prefer life in the caves. We're making our way out to visit a couple who spend most of their times in their ancestral home in the caves. It's about a 2-hour walk, so we gotta keep moving, make some good time. My guide, partner in this trek, unfortunately doesn't speak Vietnamese or English, so hopefully we'll be able to communicate just using body language and getting on through the jungle.
On the way, the Aram men showed me how they collect food in the jungle. Apart from fruits, they also eat many different types of leaves or tree roots. I don't understand everything Dam expressed with signals, but I do know that one needs to be very experienced to pick out edible leaves and roots in the jungle.
So we saw the vine as we were walking past, and then quickly dug down to the root and got the edible part. Now, we stopped by this tree and can't fully understand because of the language barrier, but I'm guessing that Dam is his name and that he's marking his trail so he knows for the next time.
After 3 hours of walking in the jungle, we reached a stream. The scenery reminded me of the description of a sacred place to the Aram people.
Cái chỗ Rục Cà Rèng có nghĩa là sông ngầm. Cái chỗ đó gọi là thiêng vì đó là cái chỗ cung cấp nước cho họ. Dù có hạn hay có hán, dù đi đến đâu vùng nào thì cũng quay về chỗ đó để định cư trong điều kiện khó khăn nhất.
Xin chào.
Near Ruk Ka Rang, Ding Dam showed me a cave entrance on the mountain slope.
Đây là cướp ở thưa, ở hang. Từ đây ông đời mùa mẹ.
Tại sao sông ở đấy?
Ở đây mát cần nước. Nọng tắm nước. Ở ban mà nọng không còn nước tắm.
Ba thích ở đấy hay ở ban?
Thích ở ban, thích ở đây nữa. Đời trưa là ngồi trong hang suốt. Không có nhà. Cứ ngồi trong hang. Bữa nay là nhà nước làm nhà thì về.
Hàng ngày bà làm gì?
Sáng sớm đi nấu ăn xong đi trịa lúa.
Đây là bộ mạ chuông rì rậy, làm rậy trên đồi.
So after a quick talk with the couple and some of their family, it's not that they live here because they don't like the village. They like living in both, but they miss their roots. They miss their ancestral home. So they spend a lot of time here in the cave, but they also spend time in the village with their families as well.
The couple said after finishing cultivating the fields in a couple of days, their family will come back to the village. Then their children will continue to go to school there. Nightlife in the Aram village is very simple. Although people have started to blend in with civilization, entertainment in the remote jungle village is still very limited.
Only a handful of houses in the village have electricity. So the ones that do are a very popular place to hang out at night. Obviously the light and watching TV. This house is also the what looks like the convenience store of the village. There's shampoo, drinks, snacks, everything you expect in a local convenience store.
I stayed at Ding Hui's home. He is the current vice president of the commune. He told me that electricity is coming to the village soon, and houses here will be lit with bulbs instead of moonlight.
Anh hỏi ở đây khi nào có điện?
Lãnh đạo nó là có điện tháng 7.
Tháng 7.
Giống như dân ở đây cũng trống bông rồi thôi. Ngày trước dân bản đây quả khổ. Bây giờ được định canh định cư duy chuyển ở đây thành lập 2014 là về tại chỗ đây tập trung ở đây. Hồi trước á là khổ quá là khổ. Không biết đi đâu, không biết ở đâu, cũng là phụ thuộc về rung ru cả.
Vâng ha. Chúc sức khỏe.
On my last day in the village, I was lucky enough to follow Ding Zhao and his children to go collect honey. Aram villager did not cover his face as I imagined. He brought a tinder made from leaves and kindling found in the forest. In case it is hard to see things clearly through the camera, inside the core of the tinder that Ding Ro is holding is fire ignited with some dry leaves. However, fresh leaves tightly wound around the tinder let only smoke come out. This is also a method to make bees leave their hive without hurting them. This is the first time I've observed how beehives are collected. I found that the part containing honey is actually quite small. Ding Ro carefully extracted this part and let it fall into his bag in order to make sure that no drop of honey is wasted.
Chỗ này mấy lít?
2 lít.
2 lít. Anh có bị đốt không?
Rồi dưới đây này, anh này, thấy à?
Rồi.
Cái độc anh này.
Yeah, you can see the stinger here.
Đây con đây khi này, mua chỗ đây này. Mười này. Đây thấy chưa?
Yeah, right on the
đây
eye.
này. Còn cái độc hắn tên hắn đây này.
Vâng.
Đó. Dù hắn đột một mạ hai mạ kệ hắn thôi, không đăng chi hết. Đừng có sợ. Mình đột lửa lên là hắn thôi, không nữa.
Vâng. So he's just come down from the tree. He's got the beehive in his basket. He's been stung a few times on the neck and the back, but doesn't seem to bother him too much. Looks like a pretty strong guy.
Dingro is the village elder of the Aram village. He said this is not a primeval forest, so the forest management officers allow them to collect honey here.
It's really interesting to see the honeycomb up close. All the small circles or almost hexagons all connected to each other. It's much more intricate and elaborate than it looks on from the outside. It tastes really good. It's really sweet, really fresh.
Cái cơm hắn.
Two very different tastes from two different parts of the hive. The inside one is very clean, sort of natural honey flavor. This outside one has a little bit of kick to it, bit of a sort of bitter aftertaste.
Mình lấy á, mình cắt cái cục mít đó thôi, cái này mình để lại trên nữa, để hắn thôi, làm rửa, làm không bao nhiêu tác hại ong, làm gì không cháy, không đốt gì hết.
You can see on the tree now that all the bees have come back, and they've already started rebuilding, I assume. Really relieved that they're up there and we're down here. So it was a lot safer than I thought it was going to be. I was really worried about it, but in the end, it wasn't so bad.
A rare rainfall in the dry season eats the heat in the Aram village. I've become so attached to the peaceful scenes here. Village elder Dingro told me there were still many things about the Aram people that I hadn't discovered yet. I sadly knew this was true, as the past few days were far from enough for me to experience the wild lifestyle of the Aram people. I hope to see you again, Aram village.